You know, that 2022 was a controversial period for us. We were all removed from office. So we came back sometime in April, May, and then we started the accounting from the scratch. It was then the account was balanced, and then we now paid what was supposed to be paid.
The second aspect of his question, continue.
How much have you paid today?
Okay, as at date, you know the accounts were blocked. So we've not had access to our accounts. Then it was just last week we were able to, even though payments were coming in, but they were not reflecting. It was early this month, we now started seeing the account, and then we are just beginning to prepare our books. So as at now, we have not prepared any book to know what we are supposed to pay to the government as at now. But in the previous years, we are not owing any amount to the government.
Continue.
Mr. Chairman, Mr. DFA, sir.
Yes, sir.
I want to crave your indulgence as chairman. Now maybe we need a comprehensive note or write-up from NIPC to let us know the state and the status of that organization. If you are saying you were thrown out or taken off your desk, right, and it is not right even for the economy of this country. Now, if we have said from 2015 to date, you still don't know how much you have remitted to the federal government? No, in terms of your, you know, where I started from was this your operating surplus. From 2015 to date, how much have you had in operating surpluses and how much have you remitted? The only one you have showed to us is on page 38 of the paper that you gave to us, and that was supposed to be for the fourth quarter of October, December 2022, as stated there, which I asked why was it remitted on the 13th of October 2023. So those are the things that we are talking about.
I will give a brief history of this operating surplus. Before, we were...
Sir, I'm sorry. You see, what we keep asking you is that you speak to the documents that you have provided.
Yes, sir.
If they are not here, let us just know, just as the attorney told somebody earlier,
Yes, sir.
it is not available here, you provide it. If you speak to history or to anything to us that is not here, it is not also admissible by us and by even the law.
Yes, sir.
That's what I'm saying.
My brother, do you understand the direction is going?
I do, yes,
If
sir.
these documents are available,
Yes, sir.
and is attached here,
Yes, sir.
go ahead and speak onto them. If you do not have, just ask for a time, or we give you a time to present these documents so that we clear up this issue, rather than going front and back.
Honorable sir, if I may, in response to your question, sir, the total payments made to date, excluding 2023, which is what you have just referred to, is 7,131,580,993.09. And sir, the summary and all the documents are from page 16 up to page 38, sir. To 38, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, that will be. So, and that, madam, represents almost 50% of the total revenue.
Correct, sir.
What happened to the other 50%?
The other 50% went into operating costs, sir, for the commission, because there are things that the commission engages in, which are investment promotion. Yeah. There's trainings, there's workshops, there's travel, there's road shows, all those things that occur. This is over an 8-9 year period, sir.
Yes, I agree with you.
Yes, sir.
If you are saying we are paying 50%, getting 100%, spending 50% ourselves, and remitting 50%, which does not include the salaries, or does it include salaries and other overheads?
No, sir. No, sir.
So where it doesn't, it does not.
No, sir.
Yes. So
No,
that's
sir.
what I'm saying. If this is the only running cost, if you had the salaries and every other thing to the staff of NIPC, that means we are not bringing anything to the table. That's what I'm trying to say. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
A moment. I will ask our consultant to clarify so that we'll be on the same page. Go ahead.
Thank you, the chairman. I think it's important for the DFA to also draw our attention to the history of the payment of operating surplus, so that all of us will be on the same page. At some point, there was a policy that stated that 25% of IGR must be remitted to Consolidated Revenue Fund. And at some point, there was a policy that stated that 25% of the IGR must be remitted to Consolidated Revenue Fund, or 80% of operating surplus, whichever is higher. So at a point, agency was also advised to limit the operating cost to 50%. So I want DFA to shed more light on that. And as at today, or as at the close of business on the 31st of December 2023, how much has NIPC pay into Consolidated Revenue Fund? That's the question. Thank you.
Are you ready for the question?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. I'm ready.
Point, Mr. Chairman. The questions, two questions. Based on the questions asked by the consultant, is your agency under national budget? One. Also, do you have internal generated revenue and expenditure approved, signed by the committee supervising your agency? Very, very important.
Before you answer, go ahead with your question, so that you take all the questions at the same time.
I have been observing the questions and the answers. The issue here has been the Remita. And the Remita has taken us to the total revenue based on your investment opportunities. You, DFA, you claimed you wrote a letter 3 days ago to Remita. Our question about Remita, because we are looking at leakages, okay? We are looking at leakages of funds. And when something is leaking, it means it's dropping somewhere. It's either the amount you are reporting is different from the amount Remita is reporting. And if Remita is reporting more, we are trying to find out that amount they are reporting, where is it? Did you receive it? Or is it in somebody's purse? Is it with Remita? That way we know the proper place to ask our questions. All our colleagues are asking you questions about your total revenue. But my question to you is about Remita. Are you able to know how much you collect on behalf of the federal government, or that Remita collects on behalf of the federal government, and how much is remitted to you from Remita as an income? And how much of that are you remitting to the federal government account? That's number one. If there are differences in the amount Remita is reporting and the amount you are reporting, have you started any IGR or any resolution, ADR? Have you started any ADR process to find out why the amount they are remitting to you is higher than the amount you are actually seeing on your platform, if you are able to see these platforms? I understand the fact that you claimed that you may have been dissolved and brought back. But at the process of dissolution, the commission was not closed. There are people who are there who are still going to be operating. Maybe the chairman of the council and the management team were not in place. But but the PAMSEC, DFR, and the rest of you will be here. So what we want is actually for you to comment on the total amount you received from Remita. How much of that did you remit? And if there were any issues you had with Remita in terms of reconciliations, how far have you gone to resolve it? Thank you very much.
My sister, before you comment, do you understand the questions? You have taken the questions. Do you have these documents here readily available? If they are not readily available, I want to rule. Because there is just no need. If you have these documents here, we continue. If you do not have the breakdown of this, I want to rule. That's my question.
And Chairman, sir, let me start with the question of 25%.
No. Do you have the document?
My question is,
Okay.
do you have these documents readily available?
Yes, I will do.
All of them?
Yes, sir.
Including the breakdown of 10%, 25%, so percent, and the duration?
They are here, yeah, yes, sir.
They are here. Let's continue.
Okay, when we started collecting revenue, the standard or the rule then was 75% to NIPC, 25% to CRF.
Which year was that?
So
I'm asking which year?
2015.
2015. Okay, 2015. Can you give me the figure, 25% and the 75%?
Yes, sir. Let me see.
Which page?
I'm coming, sir. 25%, 25 is 9, page 9.
Page 9.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So the revenue we collected in that year was 75 million 523 695.13.
Page 9.
9, yes, sir.
Okay. You
And
collected how much?
75 million 525.
On page 9, 79 million.
Yes, sir. Sorry, we collected 302 rather, sir. 302.
302
million.
I think my page 9 is different from yours. Oh.
It shouldn't be. Page 9 says summary of revenue for the year 2015.
This is page 3.
Oh, sorry.
That was 2021, sir.
Okay,
Page 9.
page 3.
Oh, page 3.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Page 3. Page 3.
That is 2015.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
So we realized, go to the total column, we realized 302 million 102,780 naira 50 kobo.
Mm-hmm.
And in that year, go to page 16.
How much did you remit?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah?
So on page 15, page 16 rather, page 16, what we were able to remit that year was 13 million, that's the top total column.
Okay. Then from
Page 16, page 16, yes sir.
okay, so you say you remitted.
We remitted in that year 13 million 834,433 naira
Okay.
36 kobo.
And at what percentage of? Is it 25%?
It's not. I'm coming, sir. Let me,
Answer my question. What you are remitting, is it 25%?
no, it's not 25%, sir.
It's not 25%.
Yes, sir. Yes,
What is
sir.
the percentage? But allow him. Allow him. He's
Okay.
going where we are hitting him.
We didn't remit. We are supposed to remit 75 million that year,
Eh?
but we were only able to remit 13 million
Out of.
out of 75.
Understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
The question here is, out of the total 302,
Yes, sir.
102,
Yes, sir.
780.5. That is 100%.
Yes.
And you are supposed to remit 25% of,
Yes, sir.
eh?
Yes, sir.
You are supposed to remit 25% of it. That is equivalent to 75, 525, 695.13, isn't it, sir?
Yes, sir.
And you said you are only remitting what?
We, as at that time, as at that date, that is what we are able to remit.
Mm-hmm.
Then,
As of December.
Yes, as of December, yes,
31st,
sir.
okay.
As of December. Then in 2016,
that is where we are
the
going, sir.
receipt is here, sir. All of them are here.
Which page? But why the shortfall? Why the shortfall then? That is it.
The receipts are on page 17, page 18, page 19, page 20, page 21, page 22.
Allow him. Okay.
You said you are supposed to pay 75
million.
In 20 as at that date.
Yes, sir.
As your 25%.
Yes, sir.
You now could pay only 13 million.
Yes, sir.
You have a shortfall of 61 million.
Yes, sir.
That you did not pay.
Yes, sir. We are coming. We are coming.
It's
okay.
You've not told us why that is not paid. That is one. Number two, the 13 million that I asked for the proof for. All you are showing me here is 476,000. Did you pay it in tranches?
Yes. We pay, yes. As the money was coming. We are not paying.
Check the numbers. The receipt numbers. Okay, and my brother, my concern here is, as he said, you have paid this in tranches as per the receipt numbers.
Yes, sir.
I can see that. But what I'm saying in essence is you are supposed to have, you have a shortfall of over 60-something million.
Yes, sir.
Then what happened to that one?
We are coming now.
Eh?
We are coming.
This is, just go to my answer.
Okay, sir.
Just answer me.
That year, the OAGF...
Excuse me, sir. You are talking of 2016. We are talking of 2015. Listen, my brother. Okay, let me introduce myself, sir. My name is Aliyu Baffa Misao, FCNA. Yes, and you know from my background. Do you understand my background? Thank you.
You are my senior colleague.
My senior colleague, go ahead. Let's talk on the same page.
So what I'm trying to say is that initially, the English initially, we were not remitting according to the procedure or instructions. That was why we had that issue that time. Then from 2016, everything was normalized. In 2016, the OAGF deducted 1 million from our account. 1 billion rather from our account, which we now reconciled to take care of any deficiency we had in the previous years. So the 1 billion is also recorded in that book. Everything, we have all this. They are not here. We'll bring them, sir, if you need it. Yes,
take note of the letters and the evidence of deductions, yes, receipt to that effect, and the reconciliation, yes, that the 1 billion was used for.
Yes, sir. I will do, sir.
It should be forwarded to the Secretariat of the FAC.
This is on page 4.
Go ahead.
So for that period, we realized 296 million. 296 million, 925, 262.40. And if you go to page 16, that was the year the OAGF collected 1 billion from our account.
But again, it's part of the 1 billion.
Yes, sir.
Is it the 2015 1 billion or the 2016 1 billion?
No, it's
the same 1 billion.
Yes, sir. It's the 1 billion. Yes, sir. It's the same 1 billion, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Let us just rule on this. One, with this development, the chair urge you to go and make reconciliation of this 1 billion, including all what you are supposed to have remitted and what you are, the inadequacies you had. We want that one, Mr. Chair. I think in this respect, we'll just close this, allow them to have a proper reconciliation, and come up with it. Send the details early enough so that we can peruse it and take a position, and they will invite you immediately. I think Chair is done. Okay. Exactly.
IGR
Budget.
budget.
Not only the budget, the budget and the actual. The actual.
For which period, sir?
With the period of under investigation. Yeah, under investigation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Let's hit the gavel for me. Hit the gavel for me.
Okay, thank you. Before you go, please, I don't know whether we missed it. What reasons did you adduce for the differences you have in the figures submitted by Remita as total collections and the figures you provided? What reasons were adduced? I'm sorry if you said that earlier.
We have written them. We check
You did what?
Written to the remitter. We will get the statement and then compare what we have, reconcile with them, and get our differences. Sir.
But are you also able to access your records on the Remita platform? Because we have directed Remita to grant you access to all your records while this investigation lasts. So maybe you haven't checked. Most probably, yeah, you may need to go on the platform and check and try to log in to view your records and print out necessary information. You may need to do that. All right, so we'll be inviting you for further reconciliation of these figures together with Remita. There's a small committee, a small subcommittee of the PAC that has been set up to do the reconciliation of the figures, which is very, very important to this investigation. So pending the supply of all additional information and records which we have ruled on and this reconciliation, we may ask Madam to step down for now. Pending further appearances.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Thank you.